Yeah, sure. We have phase 1. There's only really 2 mechanics. We're going to pick which platform we want to start at. Wherever you aggro Alara is where we're going to do the fight. All the ranged and healers are going to stay on the floor in the middle the entire fight. And what's going to happen is every 30 seconds or so, Alara is just simply going to fly to a different platform. So all the ranged and healers are simply going to readjust in the center of the room and carry on nuking Alara. The melee, unfortunately, just have to follow. The caveat really is the tanks. We're going to want to have the tanks spread out across the room. The starting position for, I guess, the warrior tanks on this first platform, I've done the smoke flag on the west. We can start there, but there's 6 places where she can fly to. So let's call that number 2. Number 1 is where I'm running now. So if you look at circle mark above me here, behind near the entrance. So on top of this walkway, let's call that position number 1. So we've got number 1 there, then number 2 where the flare is, number 3, the platform to Void Reaver, number 4, platform to Solarian, number 5 is the ramp on the right, and number 6 is the left side of the entrance from this perspective. So what we want is Driftcloud the Paladin can't tank Alara because it's untauntable for Paladin because it's untargeted with Flame Buffet. So you're going to be just a melee DPS until the Phoenixes spawn, essentially. And tanks and heavy metal, you two, one of you is going to be on Alara, the other one is going to be on the other side of the room, just AFK until she picks another platform. And then you're going to run and pick her up ASAP and charge in, okay? Hunter Pets, Shadow Fiends as well. The reason we're doing this is when she lands, she's going to just spam cast Flame Buffet. We can survive about 3 stacks. The 4th one, some of the less tanky guys will start dying. So the reason we have 2 tanks, 1 tanking, 1 across the other side of the room is just when she rotates, we've got a tank ready to pick her up ASAP. There's 2 more mechanics in phase 1. Flame Quills. When choosing to bounce between platforms, sometimes she'll fly directly into the middle. If you see that, everybody who's on the platforms at the top, which is all the melee, you have to jump off instantly, otherwise you're going to get killed by the flame quills. You have to be really quick on that. So I'd recommend anytime you're up there, you need to be close to the edge and get ready to jump down. One thing I didn't mention, tanks. When you're tanking Alara, you need to be on the very edge of the platform towards us so that he's can reach you. The last mechanic in phase 1 is Phoenixes. Alara will randomly summon 3 Phoenixes when changing platforms. We might get 0, we might get 9, who knows. All we're going to do is have Driftcloud the Paladin, as soon as they spawn, jump down. Let's have Dalruk. You can just hold your misdirect the whole fight. If you ever see Phoenixes spawn, just misdirect to Driftcloud. Then Paladin is going to be down here with all the range and melee, killing Phoenixes. All the melee, once Phoenix adds spawn in phase 1, come down and start killing them, but leave them at like 20% health, okay? When they die, they deal max health to the boss.
Ignore them to fully. Just don't touch them at all. Just the tank. Ignore the ads. They do 0 damage unless they die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the melee are going to be running around so much. It's going to be it's higher uptime if the melee get the ads to like 20% and then start following Alara around. But we don't want them to die during phase 1. Once Alara dies, won't take that long. It's going to go into phase 2. She's going to come into the middle of the room. At that point, we can finish off the ads. Then there's only really one mechanic going on. Fly into the air and cast Meteor. When she flies into the air, we all stack. She's going to slam down, split damage amongst us. Then everyone needs to run like 20 yards away from the impact point because you're going to do a rebirth and knock everyone away. And you will die if you get hit by the rebirth if you're a squishier character. And then she's going to summon more ads. So in phase 2, we're not going to touch the ads. The Paladin's just going to pick them up. All we're doing is killing the phase 1 Phoenixes because we have the opportunity to get them really low because when they die, they'll do some boss damage. So that's the entire fight. It is a lot more complex than Void Reaver and Solarian, but yeah, I suppose we just need to get some reps in and see how it goes.
So we're stacking on you then for phase 2? For the Meteor?
Yeah, we'll just stack in the middle of the room. It's not... There are another mechanic in phase 2. There's some flame patches that spawn. So you need to run out of that. If there's some flame... It really doesn't matter where we stand. Just everybody group up in the center of where everyone is. It's not critical where that is exactly. That includes Driftcloud, who's going to be just off-tanking Phoenixes for the whole of phase 2. That's the whole fight.
Did you say tanks need to taunt each other off?
Oh, sorry, yeah, there's a melt armor debuff in phase 2. So Alara's tauntable for the entire fight. In phase 2, when Alara melt armor debuffs the main tank, just the other warrior needs to taunt off, and that's it. I think that's every single mechanic. There is quite a lot, but the fight is quite straightforward once you've seen it. There's a lot of RNG and bouncing around and inconsistency, but yeah, should be able to get some good pulls in. And Bloodlust is going to be used at the start of phase 2. Okay, there's no point burning her down quicker in phase 1 because she's going to res to full phase 2 anyway. That's it. I think we just get some pulls in.
So for the platform, it's basically just whichever warrior gets the first pick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tanks and heavy metal, you basically need to be opposite each other as much as you can. I've heard that if we wipe, for example, I've heard that she always does the same platform order based on the instance ID. I'm not sure if that's true, but if we are able to figure out the order she's doing, if it is consistent between pools, then we can
No,
optimize it.
it's not.
If it's just random,
Good
like
point.
it seems,
It's random.
then tanks just stay opposite each other. So warriors, remember, the paladin can't be one of the tanks because if Alar doesn't have a target, the paladin taunt doesn't work. So on the pull, all the melee need to be up where tanks is, and all the ranged and healers standing roughly where circle is.
So up to the left for all the melee. We don't have that many. So up to the left on the platform, blow X. You need to be up here where I'm jumping.
And melee, your job is just follow the boss around, do damage. When the ads spawn in phase 1, you're going to get them to low health and then go back on the boss. And I'll call for the ads to die at the start of phase 2. Range will handle that. Melee, don't bother because they explode when they die. But if you're a melee, you're never going to be killing a Phoenix, okay? You're only ever going to be getting them low health just for more efficient uptime for you personally.
Yeah. All right. Next time he comes, we're pulling him. So tanks, you can pull him next time.
Yep. Incoming in 3, 2, 1.
Range, you don't need to worry about your threat. You can do as much damage as you like. You'll never be able to get aggro. Okay, here's the first platform change. So that would just be tanks again. You just run and charge.
Oh, right. Sorry.
The best way of thinking about it, I suppose, is just kind of take half the room each.
Oof. Oh, yeah, I need to be close to the edge.
Yeah, because the healers can't get you.
Well, that's a wipe.
I'm trying.
Don't worry about it. Let's just wipe it and go again quickly. Mel, if you just jump off, tanks jump off and she'll start flame buffeting and we'll just wipe real quick. I don't think